We'll move to baseball to talk about the Associated Press. They've obtained a piece of new legislation in the MLB's new collective bargaining agreement that prohibits, quote, requiring, coercing, or encouraging players from dressing up as women or wearing costumes that may be offensive to individuals based on their race, their sex, their nationality, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, or other characteristic. The new labor deal will be ratified on Tuesday. The MLBA Players Association has agreed to not contest this addition. What does it all mean? That means we're not going to see players in cheerleading costumes or Baywatch outfits or Hooters girls costumes. Nothing like that on social media. Kind of a ban on what's been, maybe you could say, a deep-rooted ritual. Very fun in baseball. I wonder if that kind of includes things like we see with the Cubs, maybe on road trips where they dress up and things of that nature. Seems to be fun. What's your reaction to this?
Sort of on the fence. I'm generally of the belief that if somebody is going to be offended by something and it's something so frivolous as making guys dress up in some stupid costumes, if someone's offended by it, then what's the point? Or do we really need it? But in this specific instance, I'm not really sure. I think it's certainly funny. I've gotten quite a kick out of some of the instances. You see Schwarber dressed up as Dorothy from Wizard of Oz and some of these things. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not offended by it. I think there's a lot of people out there that are a lot more easily offended than I am. I generally think when we're dealing with things like race and with some of these team names that offend groups of people and traditional beliefs that they have, then get rid of these names. I have no reason that Washington's football team, and I don't even say that name, because it's offensive to people and it's offensive to something deep-rooted within the culture of people. And to just name a football team something so frivolous, I don't believe in. I think that name should be changed. Something like this, I don't necessarily put in the same ballpark, but maybe I should.
Okay.
And if that's the case, and if people out there are offended, and if women are offended, or if people are offended saying, look, you're kind of demeaning these players and putting these players out in a light that says, we're hazing them, we're making them look stupid. But the reality is, for me, I look at it, look at all the powder puff games we have in high school where girls will dress up as football players, the cheerleaders will dress up as football players, the football players dress up as cheerleaders. For me, I think it's just sort of funny to see big hulking dudes in skimpy outfits and make them go across the street to get a cup of coffee, or to make them go on the road trip and get on the plane with some silly outfit that sort of they would never wear. I look at it as more of a silly outfit. I think it's a little bit above and beyond. But again, if it offends people, then why do it? Who cares? It's something that we don't need. Even if it's, people say, well, it's traditional. They've always done this. Well, change traditions. Who cares? It's not, again, this isn't some deep-rooted tradition the way some Native American tribes will say, look, you're making a mockery of our culture. Now, that's something I say, get rid of that stupid name. In this case, I don't see it as the same kind of deep-rooted cultural thing, but maybe I'm not looking at it the right way. And if that's the case, then maybe this is a good idea. I tend to think it's a little overboard.
Certainly a sensitive subject for some. The MLB has decided to do away